George Sedano and LZ Lee Granderson is back.
Yes, I have returned. I've returned from my moonlighting gig.
Yeah, you were hosting the red carpet for the Marvel movie Infinity War.
I was a co-host for Infinity Wars. It's epic. Go see the movie. That's all I'm saying.
No spoilers.
No spoilers.
No. And you work for Disney, huh? Yeah, just heard all that. All right, let's just get it cracking, y'all.
You work for Disney, too.
Yeah, but I wasn't there. Going Places presented by Toyota. Thanks for the invite. First up, talking all that jazz. Russell Westbrook was locked in on Ricky Rubio last night, and that may have cost the Thunder the game. Westbrook picked up 4 fouls, 4 fouls in the first half, all on Rubio as he attempted to shut him down. After the game, Westbrook was asked about Rubio, and he said, quote, it's not about me and him. Let's get past that. We're done with that. George. The Jazz handled their business, and now they're up 3-1, a series lead against OKC. You blaming Westbrook for the Thunder's collapse?
Absolutely. He acted like an egomaniac yesterday. He made that a personal crusade against Ricky Rubio. Rubio baited him into 2 fouls within the first 8 minutes and then baited him again in the last 3 minutes of the second half. He needs to be on the floor. He missed defensive assignments, Marcellus, because he was focused on Rubio. It was a disaster for Russ yesterday.
Why was this the Thunder collapse? What is this? I don't understand the question.
Oh, okay.
Because Utah finished the season with 48 wins.
Yeah.
So did OKC.
Okay.
Utah has a superior defense, comfortably superior defense. And on the offense, the numbers are pretty close in terms of the same.
Yeah, no Andre Roberson
I think
over there.
we got caught up in the paper and not the players. That's the reason why it's characterized as a Thunder collapse. The truth is that Utah's just a better team. And anyone who didn't get enamored with the big names like Paul George, Westbrook's MVP, Melo's there now, Hoodie Melo's with them. I mean, if we did not get caught up in that and just looked at how they were playing, there was a 20-game stretch in which they went 17-3. And those 3 losses were by combined 12 points. Just 12 points. They've been playing outstanding basketball. People just slept on Utah.
Now, that's cool in the macro, but in the micro, Russ cost them yesterday. Let's focus in on that.
That's simple. That's just
you know what?
Something that's not necessarily true.
To LZ's point, comparable highs if you look at when they were great during the season, and also comparable lows, except we call those missteps with the OK3 because the names. We just got lost in the headlines of it all. I'm with you, though. Yesterday, Russell Westbrook, especially those defensive assignments, when you could have stopped the penetration in the key, when you could have went out to the three-point line, but you were concerned with Ricky Rubio, who is not a great all-time shooter.
He's not a great scorer. He missed rotations.
I go back, though, to the initial question. Is it an upset if Utah wins this series?
Was that the question?
I mean,
yes,
you must have been at Marvel, because that ain't our question.
Thunder collapse, so that must suggest that Thunder must be ahead.
Well, 3-1
to win.
LZ. 3-1 is, whether you want to say collapse or not, that is not expected from the Thunder in this series.
We thought it would be a 7-game series.
Right.
We thought it would be a 7-game series.
Most people did.
Well, I don't know. Let's pick Portland to win.
Well, look, the series is not over.
I did that.
You were. The series is not over, but we are going to talk about something that is over. The complete process. All the process is complete. According to one Joel Embiid, and the Sixers can close out the Heat tonight in Philly. If they win, they'll advance to the second round for the first time since 2012. Embiid thinks the process is complete, and the time is now for his squad. Here's more from the big fella.
A lot of people say that we have a bright future, but I think our time is now. We have a pretty good chance. We have a special team, a lot of great guys. I don't think we need anybody else. We just got to work with what we have, and we have a special team, and I feel like we have a pretty good chance to go far.
Maybe a little baby shot there. Agree with Embiid, LZ, that they don't need nobody else?
I agree that that's what he should be saying as the leader of that team. What you don't want to do is be quoted saying, yeah, we're almost there. Now we just need an offseason to get us over the hump.
LeBron!
No, you don't need to say that. You need to say, yo, dog, we can take the chip this year. That gets everybody in the locker room hype. Now, the rest of us basketball aficionados, we're going, no, dog, you ain't quite ready. But we're not in that locker room. He's the leader of that team. He's saying exactly what he needs to keep everyone focused.
No, I feel you what you're saying, but last time I checked, checked, did the Golden State Warriors just dismantle? Like, are they not playing anymore? LeBron is still in the Eastern Conference. I know his team's not playing well, but last time I checked, that dude can put a team on his back.
Yeah.
And I don't even think that can get out of the East, okay, let alone get to a championship.
LeBron, or you talking
I'm talking about the Philadelphia 76ers.
You got to clarify.
Because as long as LeBron can still breathe, I'm going to take LeBron every time.
Yeah, but every team out there, especially the young teams, are echoing the same sentiments. Let's look at the young Lakers, who didn't even make the playoffs. And what are they saying in their exit meetings? You know what? If we just allow ourselves to grow as a core and don't mess with this formula, things could turn out right. He's saying the same thing because he realizes that we are close and we're more than what people expected. Let's see how this can realize with us as a collective before you start messing with this and disrupting the process.
I say we would all agree they are the team of the future. There's no question.
They might be the team of the present. That's what he's saying.
I don't buy that.
They might be the team of the present. We have to wait and see because there's no team to me in the East that has clearly separated itself. And I said team, not player.
Right.
I mean, wasn't too long ago, we were wondering if LeBron was going to get past these Pacers. I think he's answered that question, but then we stick up the next round. Whereas Philly right now, at least on paper, has an easier route to the Eastern Conference
Path of least resistance. And also, like you said, Cleveland has not separated itself from the pack. And let's be real, they've gained some confidence going against a well-coached, great executing Miami Heat team. They get past them. Hey, the next round might be a little easier for them in terms of now their mental makeup's different, and then they can face the beast.
Hey, Brian, I'm not doubting you. They are, okay?
I didn't doubt him. My big point was he's leader in that locker room. He needs to say what he needs to say to keep his locker room focused and hungry.
Agreed there, for sure.
All right, let's talk about a locker room that needs some leadership, and let's go to the Cleveland Browns. Baker Mayfield to the Browns. League executive has told ESPN's Adam Schefter that the Doo-Doo Browns definitely consider Baker Mayfield as the #1 overall pick. The source said the Browns may have already decided who will select, and Mayfield cannot be ruled out. Let's listen to him.
In my mind, he is worthy of that. The key statistic for me was the turnovers. When you look at Sam Darnold, Josh Rosen, Lamar Jackson, they all had issues turning the ball over, but Baker Mayfield got better as he progressed through his college career. So when you look at a team and you're saying, all right, who gives us the best chance to win? If you don't turn the ball over, you can win or you can be in most games, and he doesn't have to start right away.
George, you buying the idea of the Browns taking Baker Mayfield for real?
If this was true, it may be the most idiotic thing I've ever seen in my entire life. Okay, he's an itty-bitty, and you know what?
Itty-bitty.
John Vilma said this to us on our radio show. It's a great radio show.
Morning for Keyshawn George.
Yeah, exactly. Thank you very much.
It'd be better if you had this lineup.
Well, maybe you want to come and make it a foursome.
I'm good.
Okay.
With
With that said, look, he said it this way. If you want to compare him to Drew Brees, that's cool. But Drew Brees wasn't Drew Brees for like 4 or 5 years. So what are we really talking about here with Baker Mayfield? This isn't even John Dorsey's MO. He likes big, strong, big-arm guys. This isn't that.
This is the second consecutive week in which something cray-cray came out of Cleveland regarding the QB. To me, this says one of two things. Number one, he got a mole in his franchise, and he's trying to feed them stuff to figure out who it is. So if I tell you Baker Mayfield, and then Baker Mayfield goes out, it's like going, oh, when I say that to this guy, this must be the leak. Or number two, it's a bunch of smoke screen because they want people to overplay their hand or get greedy and think we overlooked something and maybe move Baker Mayfield up when they shouldn't.
This is a dicey pick. I just think with the history of Cleveland and the miscues that they've had, the one that I'm not picking is Baker Mayfield. Because if you whisper to me in a year that he looks like a bust and continues to look like a bust, I can understand where you're coming from. If you told me he was amazing, I can understand where you're coming from. But to me, Josh Rosen and then Sam Darnold on a different tier than Baker Mayfield, maybe not the same low side. So I would put my money on tier 1 instead of taking the roll of the dice with Baker Mayfield.
Yeah, I'm sitting here, and I get the Drew Brees comparison, right? Like, he's crafty, you like he's
small.
He's small. But so was Johnny Manziel that he drafted. So was Cody Kessler, who he drafted. I mean, Tim Couch wasn't necessarily that huge of a QB either.
No.
I think Cleveland has done the itty-bitty QB with the great college record. I think they want to go with something that's a little bit more traditional and get themselves a big body.
Don't draft an outlier, regardless of the sport. And Russell Wilson and Drew Brees are outliers.
There you go. From one itty-bitty to another.
Yeah.
Whoa!
All right, it's time for some bad news on this show.
You have a big heart.
3 years time at first year for Steven Adams, Thunder Jazz, and Adam. He's going to pump fake.
Pump fake a free throw.
I guess that's Westbrook's fault too, huh?
That should be a text.
Is that a ball? What do they call that?
Was that because of Rubio's great play?
That's a ball?
Yeah.
Do they do that in basketball?
No, but they called it that on the broadcast.
2 years for Evan Longoria, National Giants. Longoria waves off his teammate
LZ loves these baseball ones.
I got it. I ain't got it. Tell me I ain't got it,
That's why
dog.
they traded me.
You were an all-star,
Oh,
dog.
he's smiling about it.
And 3 years for Jamal Crawford. Hey. Rockets, Timberwolves.
Don't do it.
Hey, crossover!
Oh, no.
Crossed himself up!
Oh, no. He broke his own
And
ankle.
that's far.
He broke his own ankle.
That's called Father Time with the steal. Hang in there, Jamal. Still had a tremendous season. Coming up next, the Rockets dropped 50 on the Timberwolves in the third quarter last night. And defensive guru Tony Allen stops by to talk about what went wrong for
They could have used him out there for
Minnesota.
Grind City!
Nation.
Sports Nation is presented by Toyota. Let's go places.